Have you ever stopped to think that some words, once spoken, can never truly be taken back? There are phrases we say without thinking, but they end up shaping our days, our homes, our health, and even the destiny of the people we love. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which words you need to stop saying right now because they're stealing your victory. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to teach you a simple exercise that can change the way you speak about your own life starting today. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, The Word Creates, now is the time to subscribe and hit the bell, because every week I bring you a word that has the power to transform the way you think, speak, and live. There's a principle that few people truly understand. The mouth is a door. And through that door, either blessing comes in or a curse does. There's no middle ground. When you open your mouth to speak, you're not just making sound, you're planting a seed. And every seed, sooner or later, produces fruit. If you plant complaints, you harvest more reasons to complain. If you plant giving up, you harvest more desire to quit. But if you plant gratitude, faith, and hope, that's what will sprout in your reality. I want to show you a few phrases you need to remove from your vocabulary today. The first one is, I can't. That phrase seems harmless, but it's actually a sentence you're passing on yourself. Every time you say, I can't, you're closing a door that might have been about to open. Let me ask you this. How many times have you given up on something just because you kept repeating, before even trying, that you wouldn't make it? Think about that for a second. The second phrase you need to cut from your mouth is, my life is just like this. It's never going to change. When you declare that, you're agreeing with stagnation. You're telling the universe, telling your own mind, that tomorrow will look just like today. And the worst part is that the mind believes what the mouth keeps repeating. So here's a quick exercise for you. Every time the thought nothing changes comes to mind, I want you to respond out loud. Today is the start of a turnaround. It doesn't have to be loud, it can be a whisper, but it needs to be spoken. A thought has power, but a spoken word carries the power of declaration. The third phrase, and this one might be the most dangerous of all, is, I knew it was going to go wrong. Have you ever noticed how certain people always prophesy their own failure? Before an interview, before a test, before an important conversation, they've already declared defeat. And when the result really doesn't turn out as expected, they say, see, I knew it. But the truth is, many times it wasn't intuition, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your mind works to confirm whatever your mouth repeats with conviction. Now let me ask you something honest. Which of these phrases did you recognize in your own routine? Comment below which one represents you the most, because the first step to breaking a speech habit is recognizing it. You can't change what you won't admit exists. Let's talk now about another very common pattern, comparison. Why does it work out for him and never for me? Why does everyone else seem to make it and I don't? These questions, when repeated, aren't really searching for an answer. They're searching for confirmation of your own defeat. And as long as your mouth is busy comparing your journey to someone else's, it won't be free to declare what you actually need, which is your own victory on your own timeline. Let me give you one more practical tool. Whenever you notice yourself slipping into negative talk, I want you to do this. Stop, breathe, and replace the negative phrase with an equivalent phrase of faith. For example, instead of, I'm exhausted and I won't make it, say, I'm tired, but I have renewed strength every day. Instead of, nobody helps me, say, I'm learning to trust and to seek out the right kind of help. This exercise might seem small, but repeated daily, it reprograms the way you see your own challenges. There's a story that illustrates the power of words really well. A farmer planted 2 trees on the same plot of land, with the same soil, the same amount of water, and the same sunlight. But every day, when he walked past one of them, he would say, you're not going to grow, this soil here is weak. And when he walked past the other one, he would say, you're going to grow strong and bear good fruit. Years later, one tree was stunted, with weak leaves, while the other was full and thriving, loaded with fruit. The difference wasn't in the soil, it was in the words repeated over each one. It might sound like just a story, but it carries a huge truth. What you say about something or about someone directly affects the outcome. And this applies to the way you talk about your children, your spouse, your friends too. How many times does a child hear, "You're difficult, you never learn, you're just like your father," who never amounted to anything, and grow up carrying that as their identity? Words said in anger, in a moment of impatience, can become prophecies a person carries for the rest of their life. So before you speak, ask yourself, will this word build up or tear down? Will this phrase open a path or close a door in the life of the person listening to me? I want to give you a small challenge for the next 7 days. Every morning, when you look in the mirror, I want you to say, out loud, 3 phrases of faith about your own life. It can be something simple like, "I am capable," "Today is going to be a good day for me," or "I'm on the right path." It might feel strange at first, but over time, these words will become the foundation of your confidence and emotional stability. And if you take on this challenge, come back here in the comments and tell me how it went, because I really do read every comment, and it makes me so happy to see the results of everyone who decides to change the way they speak. There's also an important difference between venting and decreeing. Venting is talking about what you feel during a hard moment. It's necessary, it's human, and there's nothing wrong with it. The problem is when venting becomes a habit, an identity, a phrase repeated every day until it turns into a sentence over your own life. Feeling sad on a bad day is normal. Repeating every day, "My life is just sadness," is different. That's not venting anymore. That's decreeing. Before we wrap up, let me ask you one more time. Which word are you going to stop saying starting today? And what new phrase are you going to put in its place? Write it in the comments, because the act of writing it down strengthens the decision too. And if this content meant something to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Send it to your family group chat, to your friends, because sometimes someone out there is waiting for exactly this word to change the direction of their day. I'm The Word Creates, and I deeply believe that words shape realities. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Hit the notification bell, because every week I bring new content to help you speak words that build, not words that destroy. Starting today, choose carefully what comes out of your mouth, because you are literally shaping your tomorrow with the words of today. See you in the next video, and until then, speak well of yourself, speak well of your life, and speak well of your future.